Hello there, and welcome to episode 2 of my quick tutorial series for Mind Over Magic. In this episode, we are going to set up a very basic school together. Just the fundamentals that we require to get the ball rolling. I'm going to cover the basics of the construction and gathering system along the way of this episode, and I'll try to keep it as short and quick as possible. There's a playlist link down below leading to the entirety of this quick tutorial series, so in case you're new to this, you can check on out there. So, the very first things that your school requires are naturally some resources. Luckily, you'll find them around the school there. So what we're going to do is we are going to chop ourselves some trees and mine ourselves some stones. That's very obvious. So I'm unpausing the game here. And to make things a little bit quicker, you can here go for the gathering menu. I like to press just the hotkey 4 and just select them like that. So wood and stone are the prime materials that your early game will rely around. The other thing that we are going to pick are a couple of gutberry vines. These are early game food, and, well, before you have nothing better, it just is the best thing that you can get. It keeps your mages alive, and you need the gutberries as well to push back the fog. So that is really important. As you can see here now, things that we have successfully fetched, they show up now here in the resources menu. So the very first things that you require to keep things going are a few pieces of wood, a few pieces of stone, a couple of beds, a few rooms, and a couple of roofs. That's really it. We're going to work on that today. So the very first thing that I want to build are a couple of beds. Our founder doesn't need a bed, but 3 of our staff do. Everybody who has to sleep on a bed really is quite unhappy about it, so we're going to head on over to the furniture tab and build up a few cots for our staff. I like to build them down here because the downstairs here is free real estate, and having your beds completed at this point of the game already makes sure that even if you don't get your building completed before the time of the day is over, your folks don't have to sleep on the ground. And sleeping on the ground is one of the most infuriating things a mage might have to suffer through. So, apart from that, hunt yourself a couple of rats, because rats are what you need to make light with. Rats and wood, basically. Yeah, it's a little bit archaic at the beginning, but we're going to get this sophisticated in no time. So, once the beds are up and running, we're going to recheck with our materials. Let's just get ourselves some extra wood and stone, because once you start building, one thing I can tell you for sure, wood and stone are things that you need lots of. Here, a quick pointer. Wood regrows in endless sources. Stone is, up until a certain point in the research tree, a finite resource, but you have so much of it around your school that it's only, well, it doesn't run out. Before it runs out, you'll die of boredom and will explore more. Yeah, sure. Now, after we have killed off some rats and selected and gathered some materials, it's finally time to build the school. So, over here in the construction area, we have the tools that we require. We're going to start out with a few walls. Here you see walls can only be built on the foundation. This is this wooden surface here. At the beginning of the game, we only have what we have here. Later, we are also allowed to build new foundations, but not yet. So we're going to build a few walls. I built them 5 tiles high. It's a good average height. And we build a wall here, and we build a wall there. So, next thing that we require is a hallway. These don't cost anything, and make sure that our folks can pass through the wall, otherwise they're locked out. So, with these walls, we can now start making rooms. So, as you see here, there's the stairway, and the stairway is an important thing in the entirety of the school. I'm going to build a further spiral stair upstairs in this area here, because I like to define already right from the get-go where I want to have a stairwell in my school. So I'll be building now a wall right next to that, a wall right next to that. Now we put in some hallways, And now we already have a couple of rooms in the making. As you can see, everybody in the school's helping out with the work, because everybody who has some rudimentary earth magic skills can build. Speeding up the process here now a little bit, and as you see there, the only thing we're sort of running out of stone, so let's mine another one of these blocks. Alright, so to make these rooms actually rooms, they need a roof above them, otherwise it doesn't work. So let's work on that one next, as soon as all the walls are built. There we go. So, pausing the game right there, once this last thing is built. There we go. So, in the building menu next, we're picking up the floors. So, we're going to put a floor now here over all these rooms. Don't run over the walls, they don't need to go. And as you see here, the blue color here indicates how much support these things have. If there is not enough support, you can't build it. Means there must be a certain vicinity to a wall, floors. So that's very important to note. You can easily fix it whenever a piece of floor goes yellow. It means that you need to put a wall in between, basically. But as you see there, these distances are not a problem at all. From time to time, your mages will run out of mana, and then they go downstairs here to the mana font and refill their staves. Every action takes mana, so your mages, they don't work with their bare hands, they cast spells like any cultivated individual would do. So, what happened now, after this room has been closed up, is that it turned into a proper school room, and it also is now dark. You see down here the lighting menu, and you see this room is full on dark, and once they have a roof over them, they get that backdrop, and then they go dark. So the next thing that we need to do is do lighting. So a room wants to be at least 50% lit. Otherwise, there will be void shrooms spawning in the room. Void shrooms do drain your mages of mana. This makes mages very angry, because mages love mana, as you can see. So you put in here as many torches until the lighting change is a total of 50%. Here, due to the size of the room, we need 3, because 3 times 23 is finally over 50. So, these are extremely important. I would never recommend to have any room without lighting, because void shrooms are really annoying. On the other hand, void shrooms are also a resource you require from time to time, so think about having some areas where you can cultivate them. But if everything works out as intended, it looks like this. Your rooms are yellow. And if not, they're blue. You can also see here what kind of light, or how far you're done, as you see there. This menu is very helpful. Hotkey F2, or this little button down there. Okay, so we are getting closer to completion here. Our school has a lot of things that it does require, except for one thing, a roof. So without a roof, it would start raining, and the floors would not hold back the rain, it would drip to the ground. Pretty bad, so we build a roof. As you see there now, when we build it like that, it's a ginormous roof. It has no yellow spots though, so it is totally okay. We're building it like this. You can now adjust the roof. As you see there, there is no change in costs. You can also make the roof more or less wonky. It's up to you. So we're going to build a normalish roof. The thing here is, once I start building upstairs here, I'm going to deconstruct that roof. I have basically this roof here only there to hold back the rain. In Mind Over Magic, you can deconstruct things with 100% resource recoverage, so it won't hurt us to have a roof temporarily there. Not at all. We can now also move our beds upstairs here if we wanted to, but I personally want to build now the most important furniture to complete today's episode. So, first up, we want an arcane secretary. This is a research table. It's just a fancy word for a research table. So we're going to build one there. Once you have this sweet little thing built, you are eligible to do research. We're going to cover that topic on a different episode, though. The other thing that we do require is a wand shaper. A wand shaper allows you to craft wands. Yeah, it's a big surprise, I know. Wands are necessary to recruit new mages. No wands, no new mages. Therefore, these are really, really important. You won't go far without these. Your your staff, though, the people that you have already done over here, they don't require any new wands from you, so don't get any false thoughts. The new wand crafting is 100% only for your students. Speaking about students, we also need a learning stone. Put that learning stone into a singular room, which will be your classroom. Crafting items at the beginning of the game, it doesn't really matter too much if they are just plastered around. We get bonuses for specialized rooms, but we don't get any penalties for not specializing ourselves at all. We can also prioritize a site here. As you see there, there's a 1 to 5 rating system, so if you want to get something really fast done, you can set it on a high priority rating as well. Here we go. So the beds that we have downstairs are naturally not ideal, but they are also not going to bother our staff at all. So you can't just keep it like that, don't you worry. We're going to build a bedroom in the next couple of days, though, because, you know, it's just better to have that. So let's just keep hunting a few more rats. And as you see there, the fog keeps creeping closer, so tomorrow we're going to do a new ritual like this. But for today, I want to make sure that our construction is done. And yeah, you already get pretty much the picture here. We have now, except for the wand shaper, everything together that we do require for having the utmost basics together. Once these things are all done, we are going to leave this room completely unlit for now to farm there some white rooms. Once you have all these things done, you can safely start recruiting your students, but you'll need to do some research first. We're going to cover that in the upcoming episodes. So, the wand shaper goes here, and with this sort of setup, you have really everything you do require to stay alive. The only thing that you do need to do here from time to time is to harvest new gut berries and push back the fog. But we're going to cover that in the next episode. So, let's see. Do require a little bit more wood. No biggie. So, my friends, this is pretty much all you do require to stay sort of alive and get going. Because your staff now has some food. We have enough wood to push back the fog. With the gut berries that we find by pushing back the fog, we can stay alive here indefinitely, and we have room to work with. We also know now the basics of wall building and roof building and stability, and in the next episode we're going to cover other fancy projects together. So I hope this was helpful for you, and let me know in the comment section what you would like to see, or if you have any questions, and yeah. We're gonna get there on the next ones. So, leave a like, leave a subscribe. Feel free to support Icon Gaming as a channel. Down there are the links, as well as the playlist link like I mentioned. And I just want to say thanks to all of you who are supporting the channel, and a big thanks to you for watching these videos. I really mean it when I say that. It's really awesome that you guys spend so much time on these, and I like to help. That's all. I hope you had a great time, and see you on the next one. Bye bye.